Oculus Rift came out. The actual headset talked to us, and he said,
It came out?
Yeah, he came out of the closet.
Wait, Oculus Rift is currently available for purchase, or
Oculus
an
Rift
announced
came
date
out.
was
Yeah,
released?
he came out. Oh, no.
Oculus Rift is not a man.
He is to me. The Oculus Rift dudes, they came out and
So
they
the
were
guys at
like,
Facebook.
yeah, they were like, I think Q1 of like 2016 is when you can like purchase like an actual headset. So, which got me thinking, because obviously this E3, Sony's gonna be talking a lot about Project Morpheus, and I'm sure Microsoft is gonna be talking about that Holo stuff. So, it all looks really cool and stuff, but I wanted to hear you guys' opinion on how is all this gonna work? What is gonna have to happen to make VR an actual, like,
Impact
thing?
on the gaming industry? Or
Yes.
Impact of technology in general. I mean, because I
How's it
imagine that can
gonna-
be used more than just for gaming.
Yeah, but like, what do they have to do to actually make it like in a common like house?
First of all, they have to solve the sickness that it causes to some people. You know?
Phil of the future.
What?
22nd century, man.
Yeah, that's what I think of when I think of VR.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bill of the future.
Well,
Okay.
I saw something today, which I don't know how true it is. It was a video on Facebook posted by I think MSNBC, and it just had someone got shared to my page. But this, I think a London-based company is opening this place in Utah in the next year. But it's essentially set up where they're wearing virtual reality mask, and the place is just like gray walls. So it's almost like a laser tag arena, like just a massive room. But you're going around, so like a wall set up, and you know you see like this light up keyboard, and they give you guns or whatever. And you're like just tap. If we're looking at them, they're tapping on a gray wall, and they look like idiots. But in here, they're like in this whole world, like running around with each other, and they're talking like this place is gonna open up, and it's gonna be something like laser tag where everybody can get together and go do it together and
Sounds pretty badass.
run through all of this
Sounds
stuff.
awesome.
Sounds expensive to put together.
Well,
Yeah, that's the
it's gonna
thing.
be
I
a lot
mean,
of funding the
realistically,
project.
that's never going to be in somebody's house.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
like-
It's like, do you think it could ever get to the point where, like, if they have stuff like that, why would people, you know what I'm
Or
saying?
you can just like
Instead
sit
of
in a
guest
chair like the
bedrooms,
Matrix
we'll
like
have
this, and you're
VR
like playing a
rooms.
game in your mind or something online with other people. You're like, your mom comes in, and it's like, honey, dinner's ready, and you're like, throw the grenade. Like, I slept with your mom last night. But it's like a really awkward show. Like, I know, your legs are really high up, your arms are like this, like hitting fire.
It reminds me of Grandma's Boy, like in that nerdy guy.
Oh yeah, that's exactly
Sitting in
what I
his
was
chair.
thinking. You're like, throw the grenade.
Hey, you're going through
Shot.
an exorcism.
What the heck?
Like the alien queen when she's giving birth. Like,
What are you talking about? What the heck?
that's where we're headed with VR.
That's
I'm
where we're
sweating
headed.
so hard. Man. It's so hot.
Well, I think it comes down to one thing. Because you were talking about the motion sickness and stuff. I think they've pretty much, especially with Morpheus, I've heard, since it's not actually attached to the front of your head, how it's like attached to the rim of your head. You don't have to worry about any like thing coming down on the bridge of your nose or anything, and it's kind of like levitated on your head. So that's kind of helping with the motion stuff. But I think, I mean, as technology develops, they'll get rid of that more and more. But I think it comes down to two things. How well can Sony, Microsoft, and Oculus, and I know Samsung has them, but how can all these companies like really advertise these things to the mass market and like
Versus like just the hardcore gamers.
yeah, exactly, because like a casual gamer, when he sees this thing,
Like the guy that just buys Madden.
exactly. I mean, he probably doesn't even know this thing exists. So when he sees a trailer for, per se, Project Morpheus, and it's like, this works with your PS4, of course, he's going to be like, what the F is this? Like, that looks like the nerdiest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. So I think they're
Or maybe he has an open mind.
Maybe.
I don't know. I feel like it's going to sell to the mass really easily just because virtual reality has had so much hype over the past 20 years.
I mean, you just gotta show the headsets in action in trailers.
Exactly. So they have to really really advertise these things very well, because in my second thing, these things probably aren't going to be $100. this is a very probably going to be a
initially.
pretty iffy like financial investment
Mm-hmm.
for a generation 1 type of technology. Because I'm going to be guessing that if these headsets aren't between like $250, $350, $400.
It could very well be as much as a console.
Yeah, and like I said, to the casual gamer, they're going to be like, I'm not going to buy another console for just a headset when I can play this on my TV.
Right.
Which, what's the point of me having this nice TV if I'm just going to be having this headset on?
Games.
So that's true, but like, so they need to like really say like, you can only play these games on Morpheus, or you know, but
Or
then
you can only
once
have
they
this
do
experience on Morpheus.
exactly. That's because I don't think they're at first they're going to be like, you can only get this on Morpheus and put all this money into it, because initially not.
It's going to be
assuming,
a slow process.
exactly.
that's
Not
kinda-
that.
I mean,
that's
that's
kind of wasting
Kind
money
of what
when
the Halo tactic did was just like, hey, this looks really awesome. Well, you got to get an Xbox. And that's essentially what they did, and that brung like a ton of people.
That's
yeah,
a
but with a
console,
headset, they're like, you got to get a console and
Yeah.
this. So it's essentially like you got to buy 2 consoles.
Well, I'm saying for the
this
people who already
experience.
have
they-
them, who are just like, oh, well, TV's kind of pointless. If they were saying, well, you can only do this game on Oculus Rift, I think that would be a strong selling point.
Are we certain
Yeah.
that Morpheus needs the PS4 to function?
It does need the PS4 to
It does for like 100%.
Yes.
Okay, well Oculus doesn't. So
Yeah, it needs PC.
it can only run on PC.
Yes.
Okay. What about Samsung's?
That I'd heard.
Samsung TV.
I don't know what that works with. I know that works with a phone or something like that. I'm not exactly sure
That's
what other
interesting.
platforms.
That would be interesting.
No, but yeah, Oculus is on a computer. That's it. Done.
That's like it's
Because
also
it's not as easy as like you put this thing on and it's
Right.
just a screen. Like there are sensors in like a game has to be developed for or modded for that particular thing, because when your head moves, the game moves. Like it's made for the Oculus. So if they can make games that are compatible with the Oculus, like as an enhanced experience, that's awesome. If I get a horror game, like if the next Alien Isolation game comes out and I have an option to like play this, you know, with your Oculus, but if you don't have it, you can play it like normal on your TV. But I'm sure there'll be downloadable games and stuff. I just don't think initially they're going to be putting like $60 AAA games specifically for Morpheus until they've proven that this thing is selling like a lot.
How crazy would it be to play like a first-person shooter playing one of
I think
these?
the option
I
for
mean,
sports
it's gonna
games-
happen.
That's-
It's gonna
that'd be
happen.
So cool.
Yeah, like
I'm sure Call of Duty will be supportive of all that crap.
the first time I ever
That'll
saw
probably be one of the first.
anything virtual reality. You remember that TV or not that movie that came out when we were a kid called The First Kid about the president's son? It was like, y'all don't remember that?
I know what that is.
Yeah. Well, you remember, Sinbad, the actor, like following around. He's a secret service guy, and he has to, like take care of him. He's like trying to get that girl, and he has like that bully that beats him up.
Yeah,
He's
My
in-
Day with the President's Daughter, right?
No. They're at the mall
We should
in the
cover
ending.
that
That's one of
song.
those machines, like outside of a kiosk, and it drops on his head, and he's like playing this like. It almost looks like he's on the. Like in Tron, just like with a gun, and it looked like the worst thing. It was the first time I ever saw virtual reality.
The first time I ever saw it was like at either Dave and Buster's or Jillian's. We used to go to. Remember that like big yellow thing that comes down? It's like you're on a turret.
Yeah.
It's like an arcade game.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never would have thought we were like super close to having something like that in our room. And it all comes down to, especially me, because I want one. I really want one, but I'm not going to spend over like, I don't know, $400.
My cap would be like 500 probably. That's
Really?
and that's only if it was like
As
not only
promised.
super functional and like everything just works well, but it's got to be like worth getting and like worth the fun that you could potentially have with it. Like
If it can be as good as everyone wants it to be, then I don't think a price is going to matter, because it's like the hugest step in gaming like ever.
yeah, that's a step in just technology in general.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think if they can bring it out and it looks like the funnest thing in the entire world, like, I would easily drop $500 on it.
Yeah, but like I said, it all comes down to like just the. I know the hardcore gamers are already intrigued by it, but I mean, there's a ton. I mean, think about like in regards to Project Morpheus, which is only compatible with PlayStations, like there's 23 million PS4s. I mean, I wonder what
Which is mind-blowing.
I wonder what the percentages of like the truly hardcore and the guys playing Call of Duty, Maddens and stuff, and like which percentage they're counting on to buy Project Morpheus and stuff. So I think they really just have to kind of dip their toe in and kind of see what happens. Yeah.
We'll see what happens at E3.
Yeah, we will, because I bet you $1 million they're going to be shoving it down our throats. Yep. Which is fine, because I'm
probably
totally
every conference will mention something about VR.
Yeah. And I don't know what Microsoft's doing, because I don't even think you play games with their headset.
I was shaking.
You look at... Have y'all seen the Holo thing?
No.
From Samsung or Microsoft?
No, Microsoft.
No,
I don't even think you play like games with it. You like look in your room and it like puts like things on...
Like aliens around you and stuff?
Yeah. So I don't know. I heard them say that they wanted to do like something with Minecraft, which that'd be kind of cool.
Or you could actually that's really awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. I've heard that is going to be so. I've heard rumors of that thing being over $1,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I would not buy that.
Watch Microsoft.
I love Minecraft. I like never play it, but I love
from the
that
movie
game.
Gamer, where he just stands in that room and he can control another human being.
In like some E3 trailer, and then they come out and demo it, and it's like the worst thing ever. Kind of like they do with Kinect, where they're like, "Kinect, we're gaming," and then the guy comes out and he's like, "You can see the bottom of your foot," and then the guy's leg like flips around and it's
like spins around his body like over his shoulder.
Yeah. So,
dude,
think about it in that Gamer movie, like controlling like the criminals or whatever who it was who they were controlling. Like, imagine people who like in real life play video games. Like, imagine you're the person being controlled by all the idiots who play video games now. Like, you're trying to shoot someone, they just start dancing.
Like Gamer Poop Skyrim.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like they come out and everyone thinks Holo's gonna be like a joke. Like they're just gonna come out and say you put on these glasses and be like, "This is all the cool stuff you can do." And on the screens you see like stuff surrounding them, but they come out and be like, "This is Holo," and that like machine from like Matrix Revolutions comes out and like when it grabs onto Neo and like creates a chair and it just like floats him into the sky. It's like there's like lights flashing everywhere. It's just like he's in this machine like this. Flash. And on the screens you see he's like in this like epic medieval world, like in the middle of battle, like in Braveheart or something, and it just the whole time the guy's sitting like this, but like killing
he's like
people
fighting.
and stuff. Or it's like it turns out it's a time machine and he actually is in that time period like fighting people.
well, the thing with that is the Holo deck or whatever. I guess I don't even know the name of Microsoft Holo, whatever. It's not virtual reality. It's AR, augmented reality. So it's like you're seeing your world, but things are in it. So it's completely cool. It's completely different from
walk
the
outside your
Oculus Rift.
front door and like an alien attack's happening. You
as long as you don't stick your mom
But then your neighbor's like, what the hell?
You're just like on your
smack your mom with your prop sword.
Oh man. But yeah,
we can finally drop into the big half pipe that we've always wanted to.
Yeah, seriously. I'm too afraid to do it in real life.
Yeah.
Well, we're excited for VR.
Yeah.
Guys.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what they show at E3 this year for sure.
Absolutely. And our
I want to get virtual reality underwater and then Megalodon.
you put on your
scare
helmet
myself.
and you
and
jump in
go
the
back to
water
shore.
and kill
Megalodon
yourself
swimming around in
from-
your room with the augmented headset.
Uncharted waters.
You put on your Project Morpheus, jump into the water, and electrocute every kid swimming. You all die.
No. It's waterproof.
Oh, yeah.
I'm patenting it, don't worry.